Hey guys, and welcome back to another C++ tutorial. Today we're talking about multi-dimensional arrays. And now that I say that, I just realized that I haven't gone over regular arrays yet. So the next video that I put up I'll do on just regular arrays, which are not intimidating or scary at all. So, I mean, you might as well go over multi-dimensional arrays right now because it's the same concept except multi-dimensional. So in Python, if you're familiar with Python, then you know about list. Well, an array is the same thing as a list pretty much, except in Python it's a little different, but it's basically the same concept. It's like you can think of it like a variable that can hold more than one piece of data, right? And it's kind of like think about like a notebook, a virtual notebook, and you can just fill it up, you know. Instead of having to call all these different variables, you just pick one and then you give it numbers for each piece of information. And it's important to know that when you're calling the data out of an array, when you're plugging it, when you're taking the data out of the array and using it in your program, you always start with 0. And this is where it can get kind of confusing. You start with 0, 1, 2, etc. So I got some notes too that I'm going to show you that I drew up on this because I'm a visual learner and I think that some people learn good by looking at things, and I got kind of like this really cool, it's kind of like how I used to do my math notes in college, just like arrows and kind of color-coded and make it all, look real neat, kind of like this cheat sheet that I put together here. So let's take a look at this. Of course, as I say in every single video, I always go over this stuff, but you want to include an out stream. This is similar to our import in Python. Import our module names. Main function, indentions count, indent, you start something, you close it, you start something, you close it. Okay, so here's how we do it. Now, in this particular case, we are creating integer type arrays. So we do int x 2 and 3. Now what this represents here, the number 2, represents how many of these, right? And the 3 represents how many numbers we're going to have in them. Okay? So this is where it can get kind of confusing, because now when we're recalling it, when we go down here, notice that we have 0 here. This is going to be referred to as 0, not 1. And this one is going to ask us, basically, since the first one was 0, we're going to start here, and then we're going to go 0, 1, 2. And so what this actually represents is 4. It's kind of like, it's like a coordinate system in a way. Okay, and look up here how I got this like this. We got that, see how I did that? That 0 represents this. And this is 0, this is 0, this is 1. And then the ones up here, notice how I did that. The 2 is actually a 0. The 3 is represented by a 1, and the 4 is represented by a 2, and the same for the other one. And I'm going to show you my notes here in a second. Let's pull them up. Here we go. Okay, so multi-dimensional arrays hold one or more arrays, and you declare them by entering the type, the name. There's different kinds. You got your integers, strings, whatever, and then the size. Let's go back to that real quick. Yeah, this represents size. Remember, 2, 2, 3. 3 digits in there. Okay. So if you notice here, to help you visual learners out here, notice I have the 2 here. Got the color code. If you go over here, it says how many, and then it shows these bracket things right here. And notice that we got 2 of them, right, for the 2. And then how many in each, the orange, here we go, we got 3. Okay, and then over here we got 0 and 1. This, when we call it down here, it's this grouping is referred to as 0, right here, see? Cout is the C++ version of print. We put the array name, and we're calling for 0, which is the first grouping right here. Remember, in arrays, you start at 0. You would think you would go 1, 2, 3, but you don't. You start at 0, and that's what confuses people the most. And then the next grouping is the 1. And then inside of them too, like I said, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So here we have C out the array X 0, 2. So we go 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. And the answer, the output is going to be 4 from this command right here, as I got demonstrated right here. Now if we said 1, 2, we would go 1, 0, 1, 2, and the output would be 7. I think you're starting to get the gist of it. Notice the arrows 0, 0, 1, 2, right here at the 4. Now there's two ways of initializing these two. We also could do it like this. Notice the OR here. We can go, oh, like I did here, int. We can do it like this, or we can do it like this. Whichever one is easier for you. Like this may help you to be able to grasp and find your coordinates more accurately. But I think that's pretty much it. Trying to think if there's anything else I could say to help on here. Oh, well, I cut top of the notes were cut off. I was going to show you some of that. But yeah, I guess unless there's anything else I could add for this tutorial, anything else I can say, then we're done for this one. In the next video, I'm going to show you regular arrays, and ones that aren't multidimensional, and then that might also help you get multidimensional arrays a little bit more. And we'll put these in motion. We'll put them in the IDE and actually do a few quick demonstrations where we execute these in scripts and see how they work and watch them in action. But that's it until next time. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. And once again, I am Scott with another awesome C++ tutorial coming at you. Glad to help. Love doing this. Please show your support. Help me out by subscribing. And until next time, peace out.